Hello and welcome back to the Entertainment Vortex and our new episode of Pop Culture News. This, of course, is the show where we talk about all news that was Funko Pop. And let me tell you, this is going to be a crazy ride this episode. New York Toy Fair happened, and I'm pretty sure they just got the rest of the year out of the way and just announced everything. Because as I was researching for this, it just kept going and going. And let me tell you, that is good stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the stuff that we're interested in getting personally, the stuff we're excited about first, and then we'll go through all the rest of it because there's a ton and we want to make sure you see everything because I know each person's going to be interested in different pops available. So let's jump right in. So the first few things we have on the list here, I'm going to start out with the one I'm most excited about, which is the Saturday Night Live Pops. There's a number of them coming from different skits. The first one we kind of mentioned in a previous episode, which was David Pumpkin, you know, the whole David Pumpkin thing. They have one where it's him and his two ghoul-looking guys all together. I totally want to get that 3-pack. That's amazing. They've got the Justin Timberlake Lonely Island one, the in the box. I'll let our editor edit that out. More cowbell, Will Ferrell character. This is great. All these are great. I want to get every single one of them. These are all iconic. All we need now is Chris Farley with his van down by the river, and I'll get that one. I hope they keep going because there's so many iconic skits they can do. I'd love to see Wayne's World ones and stuff like that.
I love SNL. I hope that these are readily accessible. I imagine they will be. I definitely want the 3-pack. I would really love to get more cowbell. I want these.
Yep, sure. Yep. Any questions? So next up on the list is going to be Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has a few of them coming out. I saw Jon Snow there. I saw the big one, which is Daenerys on the throne. I definitely want to get these.
I'm definitely going to hunt for that Dragonglass throne Daenerys. It's just amazing. I have to have it.
Yeah, super cool.
So the next up on our list is going to be a large chunk of Disney releases. So they're doing a Hercules release that has Hercules, Pegasus, and then it has Hercules with Pegasus, and then it has Phil. So I'm really excited to pick these up. They are being released in March. The next one on the list is going to be Monsters, Inc. and Aladdin. They're both being released in April. The Aladdin is a movie moment with the genie. Looks pretty incredible. And then the last Disney release that's showing up is Moana. It's going to be some of the extra characters that are part of some of the individual scenes. The Tamatoa looks absolutely amazing. That's the one that I'm looking forward to the most, but I'll probably pick up any and all of these that I stumble across.
Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these Disney ones myself. I know the Moana ones are great. I definitely want to get that Aladdin scene. The Tamatoa looks good. The lava creature that I don't want to give away who it is because it's part of the movie, but the lava creature looks amazing too. Just fantastic. These sculpts are great. I'll definitely pick these Disney ones up if I see them. Next up on the list is going to be some pops coming out for the Super Troopers movie. This one's not coming out right meow. I wish it was coming out right meow because I would pick them up right meow. But sadly, it's not coming out till May. But I will be getting these when they come out. Yeah.
I definitely think that I really need to have these. It's something that I loved as a kid. I've watched it several times since then, and it still holds up for me. Like I said, if they were coming out right meow, I'd be all over it.
So next up on the list is going to be some rock and roll pops. There's quite a few of them actually this time around. You've got a couple Weird Al ones, which are the ones I'm super excited about. They've actually got him from the Fat video. That's amazing. They've also got all of Motley Crue. They've got a couple Alice in Chains ones. You can see them on the screen there. There's a lot to choose from. Specifically, the Weird Al ones are the ones I'm picking up, but I can definitely see how they would all be really popular.
If I stumble across the Motley Crue ones or the Weird Al ones, I'll probably pick those up. But it's not something I'm going to be out there searching for.
So I'm going to lump the next three together. We've got Pops from Princess Bride, Pops from Grease, and Pops from Pee-wee's Playhouse. These are awesome. I love all of these. My favorite one out of these three is going to be the Pee-wee, where he's got the word of the day, which is fun. Yay! You know, when you say the word of the day, you got to scream real loud. That's the way it works. I also like the Chase from the Princess Bride, which is him in the Dread Pirate Roberts outfit with the black bandana over his face and everything. Just fantastic. If you're a fan of any of these properties, these are must-haves, and I'm a fan of all three of these properties. I know they're not really JB's thing, but for me, I'm all about it. This is awesome. Of course, Grease, I'm going to pick those up. It's a musical. I'm a lover of musicals. If you watch our movie reviews, you would know that as well.
So the next up on the list is going to be another one that's super exciting for me. Stranger Things is getting more pops. Keep giving me more pops. I want all of these, every last one of them, especially the exclusive Bob. I want that one. I want them all, though. Stranger Things is obviously, it's one of my favorite properties as of late. I will collect any and all of them that I happen to stumble across. The next one on our list is going to be a winter release for It. So they've already released a couple of It Pops, but this one's digging in more to the actual characters. So there's going to be a lot of the Losers Club that's actually on this list. There are a lot of exclusives, so go ahead and take a look on the screen. I'm really excited. I want to pick up as many of these as I can because they are absolutely amazing.
You know what? I'm probably not going to pick these up. I still haven't watched Stranger Things Season 2. I know you guys give me trouble about it all the time, but probably not for me. I do appreciate the It sculpts, though. The one where he's missing the arm and the one where he's got the thing through his face. I mean, these are really, really well done sculpts. I like that they're upping the bar on some of these sculpts. Absolutely fantastic, but just not for me. Okay, so now we're going to dig into some of the ones that are announced, but we're not necessarily super excited about, but we want to make sure you guys see all of these because there is a lot coming out, and some of these are super cool. First up on the list is one that's available right now, and that's Lara Croft from the new movie and the new Tomb Raider games. It looks like a cool piece, just not really my thing. Next up after that is going to be some WWE pieces. There's actually quite a few of these coming out, and they are super cool. I'm on the fence about that HBK one. He is one of my favorite wrestlers when I was a kid, but I'm not sure if I'll pick that up. We'll see if I run into it. And then the WWE ones are available in February, so expect those any day now if they're not already in stores.
So the next 3 up on our list are all being released in March. We have a series around A Wrinkle in Time, Ready Player One, and Atomic Blonde. Of all of these, Atomic Blonde would be the only one I would be interested in really looking into. We did enjoy that movie last year, but as far as all of these are concerned, I would need to see those films before I really invest my time in attempting to hunt for these pops. There are probably things that I'll end up missing. That may change once we see the film.
And of course, we will be reviewing Ready Player One and A Wrinkle in Time here on the channel. So before you pick up those pops, if you're curious if the movie's worth watching, this is the place to be. So next up on the list is going to be coming out in March, a bunch of Overwatch figures. This game is the game that keeps on going. I mean, the popularity of this just is not dying at all. When it came out, it was huge. It's still huge. They've got the Overwatch professional sports league going now. I mean, crazy stuff. So it's not surprising they have all these figures coming out. And there are some really cool ones, as you can see on the screen. If you're an Overwatch fan, I would get excited about these because this is pretty awesome, especially that big diva. That's really awesome. So next up on our list, we're going to move into the video game territory a little further. We're going to go into Five Nights at Freddy's, which is coming out in April. It looks like they're from the arcade, Five Nights at Freddy's arcade. And the next on the list is going to be more from Bendy and the Ink Machine. We had talked about that in a previous episode. We had never really played it. I watched Markiplier play it. It looked really cool. Not really something I'm going to pick up, but these figures look amazing, though. I mean, if you're a fan of this series, not getting these figures would be a crime because, I mean, super detailed, really, really creative the way they sculpted these. Highly suggest it.
All right, so the next 2 on our list are going to be some from the TV genre. We have Smallville coming out in April, and we have The Jetsons coming out in May. These sculpts look really awesome. If these are shows that are super important to you, I would suggest to go pick them up while you can. They should be pretty common releases, so just keep an eye out for them.
I know our editor is a huge fan of Smallville. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually picks up a couple of these. And he's not even a pop collector. So now we've got a couple of comic book movie franchises. We'll start out with some Deadpool ones. We've got a Deadpool ride where he's on a scooter. Freaking hilarious. We've got Deadpool as Bob Ross, Deadpool laying back all lounge style like Malcolm from Jurassic Park. I mean, these are hilarious, of course. If you're a Deadpool fan, these are must-haves for your collection. If I see the one where he's Bob Ross, I'm going to pick it up, but I'm not going to go out looking for it. Next on the list is going to be some XMen ones. They look like comic book style, because it definitely isn't Cable from the new Deadpool movie. But these look really cool as well. If you're someone that collects the X-Men, I mean, these are going to be wonderful in your collection because they look like great sculpts. I love that Cable. Super cool. And both the Deadpool and the X-Men ones are all coming out in May.
So 2 more coming up from the TV section of things. We have 2 May releases, Mr. Rogers and Gossip Girl. Mr. Rogers was a pretty cool guy, just in general. He did a lot of really cool things as far as like fighting for public space media, which I really appreciate. I'm not particularly looking for the pops. And then Gossip Girl, I know, is a huge series. A lot of people really enjoy that. So like I said, if it's something that you're interested in, go out and pick them up and show that your support.
Plus, it's good timing for the Mr. Rogers pop. They just announced that Tom Hanks is playing him in a movie, which is a perfect choice. So it's definitely top of mind for a lot of people right now. But he really was a great guy. If you ever get a chance, research some of the stuff he did. Talk about just a truly awesome person. So next up on the list is going to be a ton of pops for Major League Baseball. I'm not a big sports guy, as you probably know if you've watched these before, but I know we're going to have some viewers that are, so we'll put all these up on the screen for you so you can get excited. I know we're not going to pick any of these up, but hopefully you do if you're a sports fan. I can't imagine them being too hard to find, so. But yeah, quite a few from Major League Baseball.
So the next one on the list is going to be from Jurassic World, the upcoming Fallen Kingdom. I haven't watched the trailer for this yet. I'm kind of keeping everything in the rearview mirror and trying to avoid it because I've heard some pretty rough things. The sculpts look super cool. If there's something you're interested in, or if you're just ready to dive into it before you even see the movie, go for it. Like I said, for me, I'm gonna at least wait until I see the film.
And just like the ones we mentioned earlier, we will see this film and review it here. So if you want to find out if the film's any good before you buy the Pops, this is the place to be. So next up on the list is going to be 2 figures for Marvel's Future Fight. Now this is actually a mobile game I personally play. I've been playing it for years, and these are pretty cool figures. They're nothing really like iconic from the game though. They're just random costumes from characters in the game. I thought that was kind of a weird choice. There are so many more iconic things that they could have chosen for Future Fight, but I'm just glad to see more game stuff come out and the whole Gamerverse they're doing. So more the merrier.
So next on the list we have Coming to America. This one is just a blanket 2018 release, so they may come out now, they may come out way later in the year. It's tough to say. This movie is a great movie. I don't know if I'm going to be looking for the Pops in particular. If I stumble upon them, something that I might snatch, just depending on what it is.
It is a great movie though. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest it. It is hilarious. So next up on the list is going to be Doug, the cartoon originally on Nickelodeon. I did watch this as a kid, probably not going to pick them up, although I can definitely see if you're a fan of the show picking these up. These are coming out just randomly in 2018, they didn't give an exact date, but they look really good. Like, they did a really good job of getting the right characters and the right look to them, so great sculpts. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our hauls for the last week, and this is actually going to be the last 2 weeks because there was no news, so there was no episode last week. I have a feeling that's going to happen this next week because they announced a ton this week. So I have quite a bit to show. The first 2 I want to show you is I got a couple more of the Teen Titans Go ones. I know I had talked about the 2 I got previously, but I did pick up a couple more. I did find the Robin as Nightwing one I said I was looking for. And then I also got the Toys R Us exclusive Trigon as well. These are all the ones I want. I'm only missing one from this series that I want, which is Robin as Red X without the hood. I've got to track that one down. I believe that's an online-only one. But yeah, I'm almost done with what I want from that set. It's not the whole set, but just the ones I'm looking for. And then next up, I did actually finish my Emperor's New Groove set. So I showed you Llama Cusco 3-4 weeks ago when I first got it. I got the other 4 common ones now. So I've got the whole set of Emperor's New Groove. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. I had to complete this set. There was just no question.
So I have a couple of things to show as well, since we did have that kind of extended period of time. After we saw Black Panther, I immediately went up and used some rewards cash that I had for Box Lunch, and I picked up the Warrior Falls outfit Black Panther, and then I also picked up Eric Killmonger. These sculpts are absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed the film, and I can tell that they really, dug in deep, and they were very choosy about what they did with the actual Pop figurines. So I was really excited about those. I also had a friend that was kind of starting to part ways with their collection a little bit, so I picked up a couple of pieces from that. I picked up an Agent Carter, and I also picked up an exclusive Chase all chrome green Green Goblin. This is an absolutely outstanding Pop. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I didn't know this existed. I really want it. I'm starting to try my best to collect as many of the Spider-Man villains, because Spider-Man is one of my favorite comics. So I'm trying to collect as many of the villains as I can, and this one's going to be a nice one that's going to shine right there in the center of my collection.
It's funny because that's the same friend that I got the Willy Wonka set from and the Inside Out set that I showed you before. He is a gold mine for Pops with him getting rid of his collection, so I'm even going to have more to show from him, and I'm sure you will in the future too, because we're still buying from him, so good stuff. Definitely want to thank him for that, and he knows who he is.
So what did you end up picking up this week? Did you end up finding any of your grails? Go ahead and leave in the comment section below. We always like to see the feedback and find out what you guys picked up. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. We release at least 4 videos a week. And if you haven't seen already, we are selling t-shirts and hoodies for the channel. We'll leave a link in the description, so if you want one of those, go ahead and pick those up. They definitely help us in our future projects. I hope you'll follow us into the Vortex. We'll see you next time.